Hey, very good evening to you traders. This is Mark. A few new markets to look at. Well, not new markets, but markets that I don't normally look at, but they've flagged up on my radar and they are seriously interesting. The first one I will look at is wheat. Now, wheat, we know all about wheat. It's a pretty thickly traded commodity, but what's interesting to me is it's just made 10-year lows. Now, that is seriously interesting. If you look at a monthly chart, you can see where we are now. We're below that massive support that we've been stuck at for ages and ages, and we're breaking into fresh territory. Now, that is seriously interesting because, all sorts of things can happen with this. How am I going to trade it? Well, do you know, we've got volume picking up. I think I'm going to look for a short on a pullback. I'm going to use that 5-period moving average to guide me. We've had lots of down days in a row. Wait for that first green, or wait for the green to close above it, and then hit it short. I know that some hedge funds have been positioning the wrong way on wheat, but not as much as they have been on soybeans, which brings me to soybeans. Let's look at soybean futures. Now, this is another really seriously interesting chart. Look at this. We are getting hammered to lows. We're pushing down several red days in a row, undoing all that good work. But you know what is the most interesting thing about this? Is that if we go to the Commitment of Traders report and we click on soybeans and we click on manage money, we can see these guys are the longest the most net long positions they have been all summer. So in other words, they are now the most long they've been all since July. So back from here, and they're now the most long, and that was a week ago. So this is a daily chart, so you've got 7 days, so they were the most long around here. So you know what? They are in pain city at the moment. They are sitting with it thinking, oh dear, what do we do now? Where's this going to go? And seasonally speaking, I've looked back at the chart, and often we get this little drive down towards Labor Day, and then we get a little bit of a bounce past Labor Day. So whether that happens or not, I don't know. It happened last year. So anyway, the key level in the mine is obviously the 9 level. But again, I just want to play it. I think I'll play it a little bit like that wheat trade, wait for the first pullback. Although commodities are a little bit different, and maybe soybeans needs to wait for the flush, wait till we see that Commitment of Traders change, maybe come through the 9, maybe after Labor Day, and then we can play it for a bounce trade. Not entirely convinced on that yet, but it's definitely on my watch list because the fact the traders are caught. They've increased their longs. I'd love to see what happens to them next week, and we'll see what when the next report comes out where they are, because that will be interesting. So those are two things definitely to watch: soybeans and wheat, and also corn. Corn tends to go hand in hand. Let's get the right futures contract, ZC. Again, we're at serious lows here, about to break through that wick low. Wheat and corn tend to move in unison, and we're right under that key low back from last year. But I think soybeans are the most interesting, and definitely wheat interesting. So let's see what happens. Take care, guys.